Howdy folks, Kathy Williams-Devries here, bringing you the second in my series of videos entitled Your Very First Clarinet Lesson. We've had our first lesson where I basically just went and explained the setup of the clarinet, all the different bits, how to line stuff up and that sort of thing. I touched on the strap. I've been using straps most of my clarinet playing life. Got a very weak sort of wrist from years of gymnastics. So, and I actually had a ring soldered on to my clarinet, which goes into the hook like that, which is pretty darn cool. But what we're going to be looking at today is getting a couple of notes out of you. Brilliant, huh? But I'll just go through putting on the reed again, because putting on a reed is really important. You've got to line it up on the mouthpiece. Ideally, you want your ligature to be about that far down the mouthpiece, and you want to line the top of the reed up with the top of the curved bit of the mouthpiece. So let me get out my reed. I am using a Leger Signature synthetic reed. They are expensive at about $40 a pop, but you don't need, it just plays. You know, it's like you have so much trouble with a lot of other reeds. And yeah, so this one just plays. Normally you would have to wet the reed if it's a cane reed. But, yeah. So, we want to line it up on the mouthpiece, if you can see that. And you want to line up the curve as well, and have the ligature about that far down the instrument. Okay, so we've got the reed on. Now we want to look at your basic embouchure, and we don't even need the clarinet at the moment. Let me just focus in. Okay, so this is all very important. Now, with the reed, with the mouthpiece, you don't want too much mouthpiece in your mouth, because it'll squeak, and you don't want too little, and you won't get a sound at all. Now, the basic embouchure for a clarinet is we don't have to do a double lip embouchure like oboists and bassoonists do, because we don't have a double reed, we just have a single reed there, and the teeth go on the mouthpiece. And you can see that little dot where my teeth usually go. That's sort of, I suppose, about a centimetre down the mouthpiece, and that's about as much as you want. Now, the mouth, the embouchure, we call it an embouchure, is very important. You want to get it right fairly quickly, otherwise you'll run into a lot of problems later on. Notice that I'm using a teeth guard. As you start practicing more than 1 or 2 hours a day, you will need it. You can use Luca Silk, which is very good. You get it from the chemist. You fold it over a few times and pop it over your teeth, and it lasts for ages. You can also use florist tape. I stopped using that years ago. And yeah, so I use that. Now, clarinet embouchure, you want your bottom lip over your bottom teeth, like so, but not too much. So you don't want it way in, so that your locks like that, but you don't want it way out. so that it's not covering the teeth at all. Now, you can use your thumb. What happens is that the bottom lip goes over the bottom teeth. You pull the sides of your mouth back and you point your chin down. You can get a rough guide to the pressure required if you put your thumb like so, so that you can feel the top of your thumb against your front top teeth, like so. And so, chin down, bottom lip over bottom teeth, pull the sides of the mouth back. Top teeth about 1 centimetre from the top, probably about 1 centimetre on the lip anyway. The good thing about clarinet is that your first note, you don't actually have to have any keys down. It's a G, and it's completely open. So with the embouchure, and what I want you to do is hold that note for as long as you can. What we are looking for is a straight sound. Because what you'll find is happening is because we need to get these muscles strong. Here on the mouth, it's exactly like training for the 100 metres. We are, as musicians, athletes. It's just that we're not running around, but there is an awful lot to do with your chest and your intercostal muscles and everything else. So this is your second clarinet lesson, getting a sound out of the thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working with the Premier Performance Book 1 and going through the various lessons on that. So that'll be starting in the next lesson. I'm using Smart Music, which I think's brilliant. I love it. So we've gotten our first note out of the instrument. Let me just give you a side on. And that is your first clarinet lesson. Please join me when I start my next lesson with the Premier Performance Book. We're going to play a few notes. So please join me for lesson 3. Hope you've enjoyed lessons 1 and 2. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.